The best way to see how this class is structured is just to take a look at the syllabus. And of course, this is just general information here about the textbook and so forth that you should look at. I want you to notice this support statement here. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind always. I don't know who wrote that because lots of people have quoted it, but I really believe in that statement. So I want to help you succeed. I want to be here for you, and I understand that you have life circumstances that are out of your control. You have fights with your family members, and you have housing issues, and you have money issues, and the landlord wants to, make a visit to your apartment or something, and you're all worried about that. You have things, you have accidents and people in your life who get sick or die. Those kinds of things happen, and I want to be sensitive to those things. So when it comes to things like late work and that sort of thing, I do have a policy, and I generally stick to that policy, but I tend to make exceptions for circumstances that really merit those extensions. You will need probably Microsoft Word or something that can read Microsoft Word in order to read the notes and so forth in this class, and I want you to upload your responses in your assignments in a Word format. Please do not use Apple and Mac formats. I can't read them. I don't have an Apple or a Mac. You will need a PC on which to work, obviously. Throughout the course, there are participation points, and since this is an online version of the course, we do that via discussions. In an on-ground class, we do it via an attendance that we take in class. This one is an online class for this quarter. There are quizzes and assignments. They're due every Sunday evening at 11:59 p.m. for the previous module. Very simple grading, 90%, 80 to 90 for a B, 70 to 80 for a C, 60 to 70 for a D, and below 60 an F. Very simple grading system. I will try to answer all email within 24 business hours, except on weekends and holidays. Let me see, what else do we have? Adds and drops. Yeah, you can drop this course according to the schedule found at this link. So go ahead and take a look at that if you want to know how and when you can drop the course and still get your money back or not fail. Late work, typically about 10% per week, with a partial week being counted as a full week. So if you're a day late uploading an assignment, you may get an entire 10% off because it's a partial week. Again, I will make occasional exceptions, but I want you to ask me for those exceptions and let me know what's going on. Don't just turn it in late. If you just turn it in late with no explanation, I certainly will be deducting the penalty. All right, let's just take a look at the point values here. So here we have participation, which is 5 points a week for that discussion or attendance if it's on ground. 10 points each for assignments, 10 points each for quizzes. These are weekly things. There'll be a midterm for 100 points and a final for 100 points. And then you'll have a research project that we'll introduce a couple of weeks into the course that's worth 100 points as well. Here's our general topics. We're going to go through chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we'll have a midterm on 1 through 5. At this point, by the way, this is when work is no longer accepted for the first half of the course. So late work, there's a hard deadline here. So no more late work after this point. And then we're going to jump from 5 to 6, and then 9, and 15, and 16, and then 11. Now, 15 and 16 are in the course materials, not in your textbook. So they're add-ons to those chapters, or to that book. And then, of course, we'll have a final, which will cover everything. And again, a hard deadline here for the second half of the course for any late work. All right, that's it for the course. If you have questions, be sure and email me. I don't have a general discussion that I monitor for questions. I do use email for my for answering individual questions. There is a general discussion that you can use to talk to each other and help each other, and I certainly have no problem with that. So here's a little bit about me and a little orientation to the class. This is the syllabus we just looked at. Here's that general discussion. By the way, all of this is in something called Course Vitals over here. So here's that general discussion where you can get help from each other and discuss things with each other. I've put a subnetting video series here. We will be using this throughout the course. However, I do have a playlist online that has the entire series here. The same thing is true for the video lectures. I should move this up here. The video lectures has a playlist with all of the video lectures. I will be developing some of them as we go through the course. The first chapter is up now. And then finally, I have a little video here on how to read the quiz results in this class, because it turns out that it's not intuitive necessarily how to tell which ones you got right and which ones you got wrong. I don't give the answers. I don't have it set up in a way that gives you the answers, because you get 2 attempts at quizzes. And if I just reveal the answers, then you don't really learn anything, right? You write down what the answers are, and then you just do it again. You just repeat them on the second attempt. So we can't do that. And because of that, it makes it a little harder to read the quiz results. So please do watch that video in order to understand how you can tell what's right and what's wrong when you answer questions in the quizzes. All right, that's it. Thank you for listening, and we'll go on to Module 1 next, and see you there.